Assalamualaikum and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're now with me, Yusuf Shukri, for Tvs Nightline, and here are the headlines for tonight. Minister claims usage of English in Sarawak will not contradict provisions by the federal constitution. 4 deaths caused by heat stroke recorded as of June 9th nationwide. In our top story, 4 foreigners stabbed at a public park. Authorities claimed it as an quote-unquote isolated incident. Four American academic instructors from Cornell College in Iowa were injured in a stabbing incident at a public park in China. Beijing authorities have referred to the attack as an isolated incident, and it was believed that the individuals who were participating in an academic exchange program at the time of the attack.
Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Jian said none of the injured are in a life-threatening condition, but were immediately rushed to hospital where they received treatment.
据了解，6月10日上午，吉林市北华大学4名外教在吉林市北山公园游玩时遇袭，所有的伤员第一时间被送医，并得到妥善救治。 均无生命危险。警方初步判断，此案系偶发事件，目前正在进一步调查中。
The 4 instructors were engaged in an academic collaboration with a Chinese university and were accompanied by a representative from Beihua University during their visit to the park on Monday. This visit serves as a part of a broader partnership initiative aimed at fostering international educational exchanges.
Back home, the number of diseases related to the scorching heat has increased slightly. Up until June 3rd of this year, Malaysia has recorded a total of 96 cases compared to the same period last year, which recorded 93 cases. Now, data by the National Disaster Management Agency NADMA shows 68 cases of heat exhaustion were recorded, followed by 22 heat stroke cases, and the remainder were cases of heat convulsions.
Of the total cases, 4 deaths due to heat stroke have been recorded, with the most recent incident reported in Ulu Kinta, Perak, involving a 31-year-old man. All cases of heat strokes have been treated and discharged from hospitals. In relation to the hot weather status, 4 districts in the peninsula recorded alert level hot weather on June 7, while the day after, only 2 districts recorded that level. On June 9, 2024, there were 3 districts in the peninsula and 1 district in Sarawak recording alert level hot weather, while yesterday, only 1 district in the peninsula and 1 district in Sarawak each recorded the same level of hot weather. Meanwhile, NADMA mentioned that until yesterday, there was only 1 dam that showed a decrease in the current storage of raw water and was at a dangerous level at the Muda Dam in Kedah at 28.32%. 6 other dams show the remaining storage of raw water at the warning level, namely Malut Dam in Kedah, 30.00%, Sembrong Barat Dam in Johor, 44.88%, Telok Bahang Dam in Penang, 45.30%, Timah Tasoh Dam in Perlis, 47.15%, Bukit Merah Dam in Perak, 28.60%, and Pedu Dam in Kedah, 58.27%.
Deputy Minister of Education, Science and Talent Development Sarawak, Datuk Dr. Anwar Rapai, stressed that the Sarawak government has no intention of contradicting the provisions of the Federal Constitution regarding the use of English as an official language in Sarawak. He said that while the state government recognizes the importance of the Malay language as a language of unity, it also emphasizes the need to master English.
Kerajaan negeri juga sedang demi masa depan negeri ini demi masa depan anak-anak negeri Sarawak untuk bersaing di peringkat global, kita tidak dapat tidak mementing juga atau memberi penekanan juga kepada bahasa Inggeris.
Elaborating further, he said English is the lingua franca that can provide Sarawakian youth the tools to gain deep and current knowledge in this era of globalization. Hence, he urged the people to stop insinuating that the Sarawak government does not prioritize the Malay language, despite its mandatory use of not being specified in the Malaysian Agreement 1963, MA 63.
Walaupun dalam Malaysia Agreement tidak ada menyebutkan bahawa kita mesti menggunakan bahasa Melayu, tetapi juga kita mesti mementingkan bahasa Inggeris.
In fact, Anwar said the Sarawak government has been staunchly supportive of Dewan Bahasa dan Pustaka DBP Sarawak, which champions the Malay language through various activities and events. He assured that the Sarawak government will continue to provide financial support and other assistance for all activities organised by DBP Sarawak.
More Sarawak news. Youth forums can nurture creativity, innovation and awareness among students. According to Sarawak's Deputy Minister of Education, Innovation and Talent Development, Datuk Dr. Anwar Rapai, Tuan Yang Terutama Cup Youth Forum has the potential to cultivate students who are not only creative and innovative but also well-informed about current issues.
Oleh itu, untuk melahirkan pemimpin hebat di negeri Sarawak ini, maka jelaslah bahawa majlis ataupun pertandingan forum ini salah satu daripada cara kita untuk melahirkan dan melatih anak-anak kita untuk mendapat suatu pendedahan yang tinggi dalam pengucapan umum ini. Bukan saja menguasai, tetapi juga mempunyai pemikiran yang tajam, pemikiran yang luas dan pengetahuan yang mendalam mengenai sesuatu isu di masa kini.
He spoke at the finals of the TYT Cup Youth Forum held in the banquet hall of the Sarawak State Legislative Assembly building in Kuching earlier today. Dr. Anwar also emphasized the continuous support of the Sarawak government for such initiatives, in line with its vision to achieve a prosperous and advanced Sarawak by 2030. Prizes were presented by Sarawak Governor Tun Pehin Sri Dr. Wan Junaidi Tuanku Jafar at the event, which was also attended by his wife, Toh Puan Fauziah Muhammad Sanusi. SMK Baru Bintulu emerged as champions at the forum. The team, led by Chairperson Atasha Fatin Abdul Rahman, included panel members Karunisa Kuratu Abu Bakar, Ronaldo Rio Suliman, and Eva Elisha Bulan Freddy, as well as advisors Nancy Ahmadi Chen and Tiong Un Eng, debating the topic Alpha Generation, are they matured enough to face social media? They won 2,500 ringgit in cash, a challenge trophy, book published by Dewan Bahasa and Pustaka DPB, and a certificate of recognition. The SMK Baru Bintulu team will represent Sarawak in the National Youth Forum competition in Kuala Lumpur on July 9th and 10th. The runner-up was SMKA Sheikh Haji Othman Abdul Wahab Kuching, who received 2,000 ringgit cash, DBP's published books, and a certificate of recognition. The third place went to SMK Riam Miri, who received 1,000 ringgit cash, DBP's published books, and a certificate of recognition. The competition, organised by DBP in collaboration with the Sarawak Education Department, saw 5 teams advancing to the finals: SMK Riam Miri, SMK Baru Bintulu, SMK Rosli Dobi Sibu, SMK Seri Aman, and SMKA Sheikh Haji Othman Abdul Wahab Kuching. This year's competition saw an increase in participation, with 71 government and private secondary schools in Sarawak competing, compared to 51 schools in 2023.
Sarawak is actively studying suitable technology for food production, including rice. The ongoing research is being championed by the Minister of Food Industry, Commodities and Regional Development Sarawak Amphicourt, Datuk Seri Dr. Stephen Rundi Utom, in collaboration with the University Putra Malaysia UPM. Now, Sarawak's Premier, Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tunapeng, stated that this initiative has successfully increased farmers' income up to 60%, as well as significant increase in paddy yields.
Nampaknya kita dapat menghasilkan padi dalam masa 4 bulan. Dan keluarannya ialah 1 hektar 8 tan. Mustahaknya teknologi dan kajian yang boleh menaikkan hasil. Pada keseluruhannya, pendek cerita, kajiannya menghasilkan dalam masa 24 bulan 5 musim. 24 bulan bermakna 1 hektar 8 tan kali dengan 5 dalam masa 24 bulan, iaitu 5 kali 8 40. Orang kampung setidak-tidaknya mereka ada 5 ekar on average. So you multiply by more or less 2 hectare. Then based on the simulation as well as the outcome of that research, the farmer or the planter may get an income roughly about 6,000 ringgit per month.
Earlier, Abang Johari stated that Sarawak is confident it will not face a rice supply crisis when a 10,000-hectare area planted with hybrid rice fully yields in 3 years. Based on a research conducted by UPM, rice planting areas in Gedong, Simunjan, Lundu, Batong and Lingga can produce double the amount of the current rice imports.
Dan kita tidak hanya bergantung kepada import daripada India ataupun Vietnam ataupun Thailand. We must remember the trend before we import rice from Thailand. Vietnam was not there, but Vietnam took over from Thailand. The same applies to India. Jadi kalau kita bergantung dengan import, ada musim kita tidak terberas.
He spoke at the opening ceremony of the 2nd Regional Conference on Agrobiodiversity and Sustainable Use, RAC2 2024, on Tuesday. The conference, held from June 11th to 13th, was organized by the Malaysian Agricultural Research and Development Institute, MARDI. The conference will focus, among others, on discussion regarding the importance of food security through the exploration and conservation of agrobiodiversity resources, as well as climate change mitigation for agricultural sustainability. Its objective is to establish a national, global, and selected international forum for exchanging information with expert groups on agrobiodiversity.
At the same time, a total of 1 billion ringgit has been allocated to develop a sustainable irrigation system for large-scale paddy cultivation projects. Abang Johari is confident that this allocation is sufficient to produce 200,000 metric tons of rice annually.
The area is more or less, in terms of acreage, more or less the same in terms of acreage. So the investment in drainage, irrigation in Mada was about 1 billion over ringgit. So I said the same amount is needed in Tubin area. So I requested him, if possible, for the government to also chip in. So said because of the amount, he has to refer to the Prime Minister according to him, the Minister of Finance. And after that, I do not know, it's between him and Dr. Roli. But now it's a follow-up. But we are ready to give, I promise him 1-to-1. If you give 500 million, we give 500 million.
So 1 billion, 1 billion.
Kalau nya 1 billion, I give 1 billion. Because then you can also explore the possibility of the other areas. Yeah, about Tumbin aja.
Yes, Tumbin.
Well, you have our Semunjan, we have our Lundu.
At the same time, Abang Johari stated that the multi-tier tank and hydropump technology will be installed in Stumbin Seri Aman for the same purpose.
Kita gunakan air, dan saya di Sarawak ni banyak sungai. Kita banyak sungai, boyak pun banyak. Tapi Sarawak punya boyak ni friendly lah. Bermakna kita gunakan air ini untuk mengeluarkan power elektrik, pump hydro, and the water can be used for irrigation. In other words, it is integrated. While you producing electricity, which is meant for the kampung people, at the same time you can irrigate land. Jadi tidaklah tanah tu orang kata kering.
Several areas affected by the red line alignment along the Sarawak-Pan-Borneo Highway have been identified. Red line refers to the original routes constructed before the highway was built. The routes will need to be upgraded, said Works Minister Datuk Seri Alexander Nantalinggi, to meet the standards of the mega project.
Jadi semestinya kita baiki. Jadi sebab itu kita bincang dengan Yang Amat Berhormat Premier dan juga Yang Berhormat Timbalan Premier Menteri JKR Sarawak untuk mengetahui daripada mereka mana keutamaan kerajaan negeri, sebab termasuk juga persimpangan jambat yang dicadangkan di Batu Lapan, Mile 8, yang setiap hari mengalami kesesakan di situ, dan juga mungkin di persimpangan di Seratok yang dipertimbangkan. Jadi selepas perbincangan dan juga perbincangan tadi, kami sudah ada ketetapan yang kami terima daripada pihak kerajaan negeri, dan kami akan usaha kerana kita memerlukan kewangan untuk kita buat kerja-kerja yang kita nak buat untuk menyempurnakan jalan-jalan tu.
In April, Nanta stated that the red line alignment involving federal and state roads will be redesigned and upgraded, with the Works Ministry requesting an allocation of around 1 billion ringgit. Affected routes are located in Kuching, Serian, Sibu, Bintulu, Julao and Miri.
Welcome back. Now, the Madani Economy Framework, which introduces new strategies for the country's economic growth and identifies emerging growth industries, has shown positive results. Second Finance Minister Datuk Seri Amir Hamzah Azizan said that as a result, Malaysia's momentum for economic transformation is expected to accelerate in 2024, reflecting strong fundamentals and growing investor confidence.
Amir Hamzah noted that the global investors are increasingly interested in the reform narrative, as reflected in the optimism in the domestic capital markets. This is exemplified by the FBMKLCI reaching new highs and significant foreign direct investments from global companies such as Microsoft, Google, ByteDance, Infineon Technologies, and Tesla. He said this in his keynote address at the Malaysian Institute of Accountants MIA International Accountants Conference 2024 earlier today.
The average number of teaching hours in public universities or private universities at the moment is around 18 hours a week, posing a dilemma for lecturers as other responsibilities need to be carried out. Hence, Minister of Higher Education, Datuk Seri Dr. Zamri Abdul Kadir said his ministry will examine the need to balance the number of teaching hours for lecturers in the country's universities.
He said this after attending the National Young Leadership Program Charisma Madani Thinkers at the Higher Education Leadership Academy, AKEPT, which was attended by 118 lecturers from various universities here today. Zamri also said that the ministry would develop a training program to equip lecturers with the necessary skills to effectively utilize and understand the new education related to artificial intelligence, AI. He emphasized that all educators must leverage their expertise in alignment with digital advancements to ensure its translation into societal benefits and the country's development. Zamri further characterized the engagement session with educators as the optimal platform for articulating insightful perspectives and recommendations aimed at enhancing the quality of higher education in the country.
Our next update, the introduction of a chatbot on the WhatsApp messaging app as an effort to combat the spread of misinformation is nearly ready and will be launched soon. Minister of Communications Fahmi Fazil said that while waiting for the launch, the ministry should continue to scrutinize information on the platform to ensure accurate dissemination of information. And according to him, the launch of the AI-based chatbot aims to verify information on WhatsApp while also serving as an information disseminator on the platform.
Siap, cuma ada beberapa syarat di pihak Meta yang perlu kita teliti dan kita pohon bantuan daripada pihak Meta. Kita juga sedang berusaha untuk pastikan aplikasi tersebut dapat menjawab isu-isu yang dibangkitkan pertama dalam pelbagai bahasa. Jadi bukan bahasa Melayu sahaja tapi juga bahasa Inggeris dan bahasa Cina dan sebagainya.
The Sarawak Economic Development Corporation SADC and Sarawak Digital Economic Development SDEC are undertaking research and development R&D to find a more efficient method producing hydrogen. This includes advancements in hydrogen technology via a partnership with an electrolyzer facility known for its effective R&D practices.
We want to see the development of hydrogen. We need to see how we can use the electrolyzer more effectively. Which means, as it is important for us in SADC Energy and also in this the electrolyzer assembly plant to have a R&D facility in order to be able to improve the efficiency of electrolyzer.
He said this during his opening speech at the Sarawak Future Formation Conference, leading efforts in green hydrogen development at the Borneo Convention Centre, Kuching BCCK on Tuesday. Efficient hydrogen electrolysis will also increase production by 20%. Aziz hopes with more R&D, the target of reducing electric prices or costs by half can be achieved. He also called upon Sarawakians, especially university students, to understand their responsibilities in championing green energy and its development in the region.
And I think this is something that will benefit not only us, the future, but also people in the business community, because there will be a lot of opportunities that will be available to our people, especially the SMEs.
Thank you for staying with us. Sarawak has proven itself to be the preferred destination for cultural and nature tourism among foreign and domestic tourists. Director of Tourism Malaysia Sarawak, Nurul Ain Muhammad Yunus, stated that based on the data from the purchases of Sarawak Delta Geopark and Gawai 2024 tour packages that were launched recently, many of them originated from Europe.
Kita mula melancarkan pakej pada April tahun ini. Walau bagaimanapun penjualan pakej telah bermula lebih awal ya. So dalam tempoh bulan Disember 2023 sehinggalah ke bulan April tahun ni, jumlah jualan pakej saya boleh kata agak memberangsangkan lah. So jumlah keseluruhan kalau kita tengok dari segi ringgit Malaysia, kita dah mencapai almost RM200,000. Itu daripada nilai jualan. Untuk jumlah pakej yang terjual pula, total kita dah dapat dalam 75 pakej. Jadi pecahan pembeli pakej tu kalau kita tengok pelancong antarabangsa menandingi pelancong domestik. So total pembeli pakej daripada pasaran antarabangsa adalah seramai 271, manakala untuk pelancong domestik seramai 196.
On tour packages, the main goal of the promotion was to promote areas such as Bau and Padawan. These areas, she said, are known as hidden gems as they offer a variety of natural attractions that are irresistible to outsiders.
Kalau kita cakap pasal Sarawak, orang asyik balik-balik fokus pada Kuching, Mulu, itu yang Semenggong, Rautan yang memang kita sangat-sangat common. Padahal Sarawak ni kita ada lebih lagi daripada semua tu. Contoh macam dalam kawasan Sarawak Delta Geopark tu sendiri, macam saya cakap tadi, kita ada dalam kawasan Sarawak Delta Geopark kita ada Kuching, Bau dan Padawan. So Kuching ni memang dah rasa tak perlu promote sangat sebab orang memang dah tahu dan akan datang. After all, airport pun memang turun di Kuching lah, kita punya international airport. So dua area lagi ni, Bau dan Padawan, memang sangat-sangat kaya dengan hidden gems yang orang tak tahu dan jarang diberikan publicity ataupun promosi. So sebab itu kita mengambil, Tourism Malaysia dan juga agensi-agensi pelancongan lain di Sarawak, kita mengambil tanggungjawab ini untuk mempromosikan area tersebut, di mana pada masa yang sama ia dapat juga membantu kepada ekonomi komuniti di kawasan tersebut.
Among potential locations include Kampong Sapit, popularized as the Village in Clouds, and Susong Waterfall in Padawan. Tourism Malaysia made 37 tour packages in collaboration with 13 Sarawak tour operators and Peninsular Malaysia, offering tours at geological, biological and cultural sites around the Sarawak Delta Geopark SDGP, which covers the areas of Kuching, Bau and Padawan.
On to our final story. Jordan hosted a summit on Tuesday to address the urgent humanitarian response for Palestinians enduring over 8 months of devastating war in Gaza. The Jordanian Royal Court states that the summit seeks to bring together leaders and aid officials to determine means for enhancing the international community's response to the humanitarian disaster in the Gaza Strip.
Aid to Gaza is severely restricted, particularly since the closure in May of the Rafah border crossing with Egypt, the main conduit for humanitarian and fuel deliveries, after Israeli troops seized the Palestinian side of the border. The United Nations has also suspended the delivery of aid to Gaza via the newly built United States temporary pier because of security reasons.
Meanwhile, the World Food Programme colleagues tell us that we are temporarily pausing operations at the floating dock until a thorough assessment of the security situation is conducted to ensure the safety of our staff and our partners.
Jordan's foreign ministry said in a statement that the conference will discuss preparations for early recovery and seek commitments for a collective and coordinated response to address the humanitarian situation in Gaza. Much of Gaza has been reduced to rubble, and nearly all of its 2.4 million people have been displaced, with at least 37,124 people, mostly women and children, have been killed in Gaza due to what is described as retaliatory genocide by Israel.
And that's all the time we have for tonight's TVS Nightline. I'm Yusuf Shukri. Thank you for watching and good night.